Welcome back to the next episode of The Old Guy in the Net. So it's Saturday morning and I make my way to Bradenton for some manatee ball hockey. You know, when I come here, it definitely has the feeling of family atmosphere. It's not as intense. There are some good talented players that play, but overall it's a family event. The kids come on after us and play, so we're kind of, it's a good time. It's really a good gathering to play some ball hockey. Right here in the video you're watching, this gentleman played goalie the week before. I think he plays lacrosse, so he's never played any ball hockey goalie, and I'm trying to point out a couple of things that he's asked me about. Number one, he said a lot of the goals that went in on him, he got a piece of, but they ended up still going into the net. And I'm telling him, you know, just you got to play on top of your crease. So when the ball hits you, it ricochets. You know, you just need a little piece of it, and it will ricochet wide of the net. If you're sitting back in the net and you get a little piece of it, it's going to go off you and into the net. That's one of the things as a goalie we try to do, right? We try to give back. We try to pass along the knowledge that's been so given freely to us. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to help him out, encourage him to, get better and keep going.
In the 80s, Bouchard was the goalie. Is this before your time? Probably.
So I'm sporting a Quebec Nordiques jersey. Why am I wearing this? I'm a Bruins fan. What's going on here? The reason? I love the Nordiques in the 80s. They were awesome. They had such talent. The Stastny brothers, like I said, I love Bouchard. Bouchard actually started playing for the Boston Braves way back in the 70s. So I kind of had this attachment to him, watching him through his career. More so, though, it was because the Nordiques played the Montreal Canadiens so tough. And the Bruins, the Canadiens and the Bruins, huge rivalry. And now you added this Quebec Nordiques team into it, and they played them tough too. So I was always a fan of the Nordiques when they were playing. Pretty much anybody but the Bruins. I liked the way they played. They were a great team. I say bring back the Quebec Nordiques. So for me with ball hockey, and actually even in ice hockey, but more so with ball hockey, is I try to be really quick. I try to play on top of my crease, but then a lot of left and right movement, a lot of east to west, a lot of north to south. Someone once said to me, man, you cover a lot of ground. I do. I work hard. I'm not sitting back in the net. I'm coming out. I'm challenging shooters, and I'm trying to take away as much angle as possible. You know, in ball hockey, unlike ice hockey, the ball can curve. Some of these shooters have a tremendous fast shot, and the ball will actually curve.
Let's do it.
He ain't stopping nothing this period.
You scored one on the top corner.
I know, man.
First period, 3-3. A lot of goals. 2 top corners. Probably sitting too far back in the net. And they picked the corner. They shot it well. Got to tip your cap to them. See you down the other end.
Here, you know, Timmy's playing at the other end. He's an old-time stand-up goalie, hardly ever goes down. I'm trying to encourage him a little bit to, take away the bottom of the net and just encouraging him. He's kind of new, getting back into it. It's really hot here. He's feeling it. You'll see him later on in the video just kind of laboring, trying to catch his breath. But he's a gamer. He wants to get better. And, you know, our styles are so different. So there's only so much I can offer him. It's almost like you have to really start with small little steps to try to help him out. You know, I said earlier between periods, I was sitting back in the net and they were picking me apart. Sometimes here, you know, you underestimate the shooters because, like I said earlier, it's a, family or kind of a laid-back type atmosphere going on right here. So then as a goalie, you stay back and maybe you kind of get lazy on some shots. You almost challenge them to shoot it over your glove. And then guess what happens, guys? They shoot it over our glove into the net. Between periods, I kind of, refocused and said, all right, let's play a little more, not serious, but let's cut down on the goals against. And that's what I'm doing here. That was a great save there by Tim. I'm actually playing on top of my crease, being quick, and trying not to give them anything.
Try to get out of the way. quick.
Yeah. So here, my friend Carter takes over in the net for me for the last 10 minutes of the session, which I appreciate because, again, it was so hot. So he got me out of there. I was able to get the gear off and get some air and get a drink in me. And then, I wanted to come back out and work with him a little bit. I look at his stance and try to get him to be more in a goalie stance. He's kind of just standing there and being his athletic self, reacting to shots. But I'm trying to explain here, you got to get your glove up and get down in the crouch. When I watch him, he's not really in a goalie crouch. He's, like I said, he's kind of upright. That's what this is all about, right? Try to get back a little bit. And Carter's a great kid.
Here's Carter, another fellow goaltender. September 25th. About to get this bad boy underway.
That's Saturday. Now here we are Sunday. We're back at Fishhawk, my home rink. And this is more intense. These guys get after it. So the competition is a little more intense. You definitely have, some tempers from time to time will flare. Whereas at Manatee, they won't at all. That is just not happening. It's more laid back. It's not as serious. Here, some of us take it a little serious. You'll hear some swearing. Was able to just play the 2 periods because I was actually heading out for a vacation. So my point of showing you this is the days leading up to the storm, if you will, there were calm seas. I was in a good place, playing well, giving back to my goalie friends, trying to help, being there, playing, competing. There weren't any, you don't see me getting upset or blowing my stack or, troubled. I'm, playing hockey, love playing hockey, love defending the net. And then, like I said, I was we're heading on a 7-day cruise right after this game here. So everything going on in my life at this time, at this moment, was excellent. I had no complaints. Everything was good.
All right, that was 31 minutes or 30 minutes, 3-1 white. Last one before I head on the cruise with the wife, celebrate her 25th birthday on the Harmony Royal Caribbean's big, giant, massive ship. Peace for now.
About halfway through our cruise, we start to get reports of Hurricane Ian bearing down on our home. It's like heading right into Tampa. A lot of people be like, oh my gosh, you don't want to be on a cruise ship in a hurricane. Well, in fact, we were on the other coast, so we were way far away from it. We were in the best place for our own safety. Everything was fine. We had calm seas. But on the other coast, like I said, this hurricane's bearing down on our home. We're worried about our property, our friends, our family, and we are not able to relax. We're like, for 2 days of our 7 days cruise, we are glued to the TV and just can't enjoy ourselves at all. We're so worried. We're, sending emails at home, texting it when we can, and just trying to get as much info as possible while being so far away and actually feeling like so helpless. But, the hurricane came, it landed and did some damage, but we were spared any of that. And the next day, here we are out, on the beach in Jamaica. And we were finally able to truly relax and get on with our vacation, and all was good. 7 days, fun in the sun with the wife, had an excellent time, and now I return back, and it's time to get back into hockey. I make it home in time to play my Sunday over 50 game. In my absence, our team won again, so we're 6-0, and we're looking to make it 7-0, and we realize that, we're playing the Black Aces here today, and this is one of the teams that actually gave us the closest game. They tied us and went into overtime. There were no goals. So our one blemish of having a perfect season was to this team that we're about to play here this afternoon. So going into this game, they're fired up. They want to beat us, and we know it. We know we're going to be in for a good game, and we're trying to keep our streak going. It's this team, and it's the blue team that Woody plays for that we realize, like, that's our main competition that we feel at this point that's going to give us a run for the money.
Anyway, we're up 1-0. 7 minutes to go first period.
So again, some teams don't like me coming out of the net as much as I do to play the puck. They just don't like it. I do it often. I will continue to do it. I come out of the net here, chase one down in the corner, fire it up the boards. It helps take the pressure off my defensemen. It makes it easier for the forwards to pick it up and, go down and basically flip the offense. They're dumping it in to our corner to, put pressure on the defenseman. I fire it right back up. Sometimes I can get two of the wingers trapped in our end, and we're breaking down the other way on an odd man rush.
Once you get rolling, you're playing well. Don't like to take time off. So a week out of the net when you're playing shitty does wonders.
Someone commented recently about he loves goalies that play the puck because then he can intercept them and get an easy goal. Well, you got lucky once. I play the puck countless times during the game, and occasionally, like right here, I will get an assist. So like I said, this is my style. I'm not going to sit back in the net, let you dump it in, pinch on our defensemen, wear them down, make them turn the puck over. If I can help our defensemen make an easier play up the boards, then I'm going for it. And right here, this play is the home run. They all come pinching in. I fire it up the boards, break down 2-on-1, 3-on-1, whatever it was, we score a goal.
We've got 4-0, 6 minutes left. We're halfway through the game.
The longer this game is going on, the more frustrating the black team starts to get. This one particular player here, this is going to look like a harmless play to everyone. Everyone watching is going to say, I don't see the problem with that. And by rule, there isn't a problem with it. Except when you go back, and I'll show you the video, this particular player likes to crash the net. There's been times in games when I've almost had to sidestep him or we'd collide. He takes the puck to the net, and I'm very aware of it. He doesn't make contact with me, or he hasn't to this point, but that's going to change later in the game. So it's just one of those things, you make a mental note of it. And it's, you'll see he's come right through the crease, right through the paint. That's not an area you want to go in. And, he continues to do it. This one player. There's nobody else in my mind when I think about all the leagues and all the games and teams I've played for. And I can't tell you another guy that does this. But this one player has done it multiple times. I'll show you 3 different clips of him coming right at or through the crease. So the same player. He wears red gloves, short type player, fast, skilled, scores a lot. This play, he has me down and out, but I reach back, I make a glove save, and then he gets into it with our defenseman, pushing, shoving, matching penalties. My point is, his frustration level is rising as we're scoring goals and they're being held off the scoreboard. Make note here, the referee wearing number 19, he checks on me. You okay, goalie? It's the way it's supposed to be done. It's different later on with the other referee, number 43. This 19 handles this situation perfectly.
It's an entirely different game when we first played them. When we first played them, it was no goals. It was like 2-0. They tied it up late when they pulled their goalie. Then we went into overtime. Nothing happened in overtime. It ended up a tie. Good work, man.
So little do I know, I have about 5 minutes left in my hockey plan for a month. It's about to go sideways. And again, We're winning and everything is going well. I just came off vacation. I'm relaxed. I'm just playing. The puck's coming to me. I'm making saves. We're scoring goals. Yes, the game is one-sided, but again, in my mind, all these players are friends. That we all respect one another, and that's going to change right here. Before we roll the tape on what goes on, I'm going to read Rule 621 in the USA Hockey Rule Book about high sticks. High sticking is the action where a player carries the stick above the normal height of the opponent's shoulders and makes contact with the opponent. A player must be accountable for being in control of their stick at all times. Let me repeat that. A player must be accountable for being in control of their sticks at all times. So whether you think this play is deliberate or not, watch the replay and tell me how a player can take a wrist shot. His stick is low. The follow through, maybe it goes to his waist, but then suddenly as he's skating by me, he's going to bring his stick up high. There's just no excuse for it. Clearly deliberate. Just the fact, again, it's, beer league and there's no apology. It's deliberate. You ask the referee for a penalty or a call on the play, and he says no. I come out to plead my case with the puck in my hand and my glove from, making the save. And, upset that the referee doesn't see it my way, and I drop the puck, and he gives me an unsportsmanlike conduct for not handing him the puck, I guess. So because I drop it at his feet, he gives me this unsportsmanlike conduct. It's just the way, again, young referee, the way he could have handled this so much better. It just starts a chain of events and ultimately leads me to getting suspended. So, after this play, I get the penalty. I'm fuming. I'm basically looking to even things up with this particular player. And I'm looking just to, put a body on him. Hopefully he comes near my net and I can throw a shoulder into him, let him know that he crossed the line and he's got to be held accountable for his actions. And sure enough, I'll get my chance. So I get my chance. The puck goes into the corner. I come out of the net. I hit 27 against the boards. The referee's calling me for a penalty, another one. I'm okay with that. But as I'm going back to the net, number 11 here decides he's going to get involved. I don't know, maybe he's sticking up for his teammate. And he whacks my stick, and I take a swing back at him, and that's it. Swinging the stick, 30 days, gone. See you later, suspended. Like I said, frustrating chain of events. This is the same goalie that, 7 days prior is on the beach enjoying the Caribbean, relaxed. I don't know. All I can say is a series of events took place. There had been something building between myself and 27, although nothing over the line, I guess. Crossing into the crease, not a big deal. You just, like I said, you make note of it, that's his style, and just be aware of him. But, this time he comes up with the stick, catches me, that sets me off, and then 11 gets involved for who knows what reason, and that was it. There's been worse infractions that weren't even penalized. I swing at him. I think I may have clipped his stick or his glove or his pants or something, and he goes down like he was shot by a sniper and then fakes injury to add to it. And this guy is just like, this is his MO. This is what he does. But, I didn't have a problem with him prior to this. He wasn't involved in this. He got himself involved by his actions here. So that was it. That was it for me for 30 days. This was my last game. Again, the team was undefeated in first place, and I was stepping away. In the next episode, the old guy in the net keeps himself busy while serving out his suspension. It's pickup hockey at Wesley Chapel and then ball hockey in Fishhawk. Thank you for watching, and please consider subscribing.